people are interacting with the businesses on WhatsApp. So they are choosing to send a WhatsApp message directly from the website. It's become a prerequisite to have WhatsApp as a call to action on every landing page and website. And the number of users is I think it's 90% or more are choosing to interact using a WhatsApp button versus a call button or a form submission.
If you're a business out there that is not utilizing WhatsApp for business, you are missing an opportunity. Most of the UAE market is on WhatsApp. Internet penetration and mobile penetration is an all-time high. So it's time for you to start. Welcome to another episode of Digital Dialogues. This is your place to be if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur who wants to have the world of digital marketing demystified. I'm one of your hosts, Reem Alhouni. I'm a video content expert, and I'm super excited to be joined by my co-host, Namita Romani, who's a digital marketing expert.
Hello, everyone. And Reem, I'm so excited about today's topic, which is on WhatsApp marketing.
WhatsApp, oh my God, that is like my favorite app. I'm using it constantly. I don't know what I would do without WhatsApp.
I don't know. How did the world exist without it?
I don't know. And actually, I'm realizing even from a business perspective, I'm literally like, I'm staying up to date on everything thanks to just being in all these groups and all these messages. But is there WhatsApp overwhelm?
There is, but it's needed.
So I know when we're looking at the digital marketing landscape, and I know we've kicked off straight talking about WhatsApp, but how relevant is it right now? Because there's so many platforms, so many options, so many ways of communicating. Does WhatsApp really hold a space in that world?
I think all the other channels are more of social engagement, whereas WhatsApp is more of communication. What do you think? Because that's where we actually talk to each other and send messages.
What I found really interesting was that apparently there are 2 billion active users on WhatsApp worldwide. I think it's daily active users, which really makes it something you can't ignore. So if you're sitting there without a WhatsApp strategy, it makes me wonder, are you missing out right now?
Absolutely. And it's 7.97 million, say about 8 million people use WhatsApp in UAE alone. So if you're a business in UAE, then you cannot really ignore 80% of the population who is hanging out.
Yeah, I was about to say 80% because the population has just crossed 10 million. So if we're saying 89%, that's 80% of the UAE market that is active on WhatsApp. So in terms of, not just on WhatsApp, because you've got mobile phone penetration is particularly high in this part of the world. So it's like 97% or something crazy like that.
Yes. So it's about 9.6 million people have smartphones in UAE. And internet penetration is 99%. So 99% of people in UAE have access to internet.
Okay.
No other country has that, by the way, as much as I know.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't surprise me. But if we're looking at this, like on a serious level, you run a digital marketing agency. How have you seen WhatsApp shift the way your customers behave or their businesses interact with customers?
It's a very interesting observation, especially since the last 6 to 8 months we have noticed. So my first digital campaign, a full-fledged digital campaign, was in 2012. And back then, calls and form submissions was one of the primary CTA, which is call to actions. Fast forward now in 2023, and especially since the last 6 months, I'm noticing people are interacting with the businesses on WhatsApp. So they are choosing to send a WhatsApp message directly from the website. It's become a prerequisite to have WhatsApp as a call to action on every landing page and website. And the number of users is I think it's 90% or more are choosing to interact using a WhatsApp button versus a call button or a form submission.
I'm so one of those people because I know I'm someone who I would shy away from a phone call. If I'm able to get that answer through WhatsApp, it just feels efficient, it feels faster. So, I mean, I totally get that. And I am that person who's looking for the WhatsApp button.
Interestingly, another observation we have noticed is that we are now running WhatsApp-only campaigns, ad campaigns. So usually I prefer conversion campaigns. So when we send traffic to the landing page, and then let the user decide what they want to do, whether they want to call or fill a form. That's called a conversion campaign. But nowadays, direct WhatsApp messaging. So they see the ad and they choose to communicate the business by saying send a WhatsApp and straight away get to business.
So what percentage of your customers are now choosing to primarily focus on a WhatsApp ad campaign?
I think about 30% of our clientele is now just running ads on WhatsApp.
Wow.
I mean, WhatsApp as a call to action, not ads on WhatsApp.
Okay. And what are some of the uses? Like, how are they using WhatsApp for business?
So WhatsApp has diverse uses. So if you're an e-commerce site, you can actually send order confirmations, you can send tracking updates, product recommendations, as well as your abandoned cart messages to people directly on WhatsApp, as long as they are logged in and they have their user data saved within the e-commerce platform that you're using. Similarly, healthcare is using for appointment reminders, prescription updates, and patient support. And again, WhatsApp has business API, a backend, which connects with different softwares very easily. And you can do the communication on WhatsApp straight away. Back in the days, it used to be SMS.
So what is the real shift between, or the difference between an SMS marketing strategy and a WhatsApp strategy? Why would someone choose WhatsApp over SMS?
SMS is old and WhatsApp is new because in SMS, there's one-way communication. So a business can send you an SMS. Not necessarily you can communicate to the business back on SMS. Whereas in WhatsApp, the customer can in fact interact with your support team. If it's an e-commerce site and you're sending an order update or a shipment update and there's a problem, the customer can straight away talk to you and resolve the problem. So it's a two-way communication. It's quick. And if for some reason the WhatsApp is not reachable, you can use other modes of confirmation like a call or an email and everything. So
no, I'm definitely seeing the benefit. And I know for me, like just getting reminders, getting that reminder like, oh God, yeah, I have an appointment X, Y, giving me that opportunity to cancel if I need to, so I've seen how that's been an added value. But that's usually because a company's chosen to go down the WhatsApp for business route, right? Because there's a consumer WhatsApp that we all have on our phone. And then there's WhatsApp for business. What is the primary difference in those apps and why should you separate the two? And I'm asking this question because I know quite a few people who try to run their business activities from their personal WhatsApp and it doesn't always work out. So if you can outline for us, what is the benefit? Why should you have a second WhatsApp channel, which is purely your business WhatsApp?
So within the settings of WhatsApp, there's an option whether it's a business WhatsApp or a personal WhatsApp. And to be able to use these tools, like to use Meta, WhatsApp is a Meta's product. So to use WhatsApp as a call to action in your campaigns, you need to have a business account if you're promoting yourself as a business. So it's a compulsory to have that setting switch within the business. Plus, as WhatsApp business, you can store all your business information like your website, your other connections to social media and everything.
I would say even more than that it's, it is ultimately communication that's coming from an organization. It's coming from a company. It's not coming from an individual. And I've seen many organizations have that access across multiple team members. So that means, it doesn't matter if someone's off today, someone's sick today, your customer still gets that response. And I actually think that's probably one of the bigger benefits is that everyone in the organization is aware of, the requirements that are coming through and then are in a position to respond. And I find that if you're an organization that is still, working with a personal WhatsApp channel, for whatever reason, your phone dies, that's it. You may have lost a customer because they can't reach you. And I've recently had this happen where I'm trying to get through to someone and I think I'm communicating with the business and I realize, oh, they just happen to be off for the weekend. So I think it's also a level of professionalism that you want to put out there for your business. So I think it does make a difference.
I would like to talk about content marketing using WhatsApp, which you are using as a business and your clients are using.
So I really think there's a huge untapped market when it comes to content distribution. And I think the ability to have broadcast lists is something that organizations aren't tapping into. So what do I mean by that? So let's say you produce regular content, you produce a podcast such as this one. You have the ability to create a broadcast list of all of the individuals you want to be receiving that content on a regular basis. I happen to have found myself on a few broadcast lists. I don't know how I got on them, but the truth of the matter is that content appears on my phone every single week. Whether I like it or not, I'm aware. There's a pop-up that appears. We're all on our phone, throughout the day. I'm almost scared to share the number of hours I spend on my phone. You've got the app that shows up and tells you hours spent. Mine's pretty high. But a good portion of that is on WhatsApp. So when a direct message gets sent, you're going to see it. So I think the chances of your target audience seeing your content increases. I may not always watch it, but I'm now very aware and it's top of mind again. So I do think there's an opportunity to have your broadcast list be very specific with that list. So you're actually sending them content that is relevant to them. And I've seen content distributed in that way. With us specifically, we work on a number of different projects. So we've actually created different broadcast lists for different types of customer, different, they're not always customers. They could be your suppliers, they could be your partners, but actually curate those lists so that when you're creating content, it's as relevant as possible to that list, which hopefully will increase the chances of them engaging with that content.
And it's very easy to find how to make these broadcast lists, by the way. So if you open your WhatsApp, go to chat button, and on the top left, you'll find this option of creating broadcast lists.
So I've actually become quite a fan of this, but not just on WhatsApp, because I think there is an opportunity to have targeted content going out to a specific audience. And I don't know if you've noticed, but even in Instagram, they've recently really started to promote broadcast channels. So I've been experimenting with this for a little while now. And I've realized that, yes, we're back to one way, which is the limitation of a broadcast, whether it's on WhatsApp or on Instagram, it's one way when you do a broadcast list. But I've realized that being able to, give your broadcast list a name, or broadcast channel a name, people can then subscribe to it. They can choose to receive that content, which I think is the benefit here, is that you can share that link with individuals and say, this is the kind of content I'm going to be releasing on this list or on this channel. Join me. And then it's very interesting to see who joins that list. Sometimes it's people you don't expect who are interested in receiving that content.
That's interesting. I've not yet used Instagram broadcast. I'm going to look into that.
You should join my broadcast channel, because I'm sharing interesting content every week. But I mean, what I've chosen to use my broadcast channel for is very specific. I'm basically sharing opportunities in the video TV space. So that's obviously appealing for a certain demographic who's looking for those opportunities.
Models and speakers and podcasters.
Because I happen to be in a world where those opportunities arise. So you know what? Let me create a channel. And it's a very interesting mix of people who've chosen to receive that content. And that's what I think I found most interesting, because what we were just discussing about WhatsApp and broadcast lists is you select all the people you want to put in it. However, if you create a link and get people and share the invite link, you never know who might be interested to join.
Yeah. In fact, when I go for networking meetings and they ask me for my number or my WhatsApp number, I just open WhatsApp and you can find your QR code with your name. I just show that and straight away they can just immediately say hi to me versus me giving the number. They're listening, repeating, and just getting lost in the conversation there. So this is another way to use WhatsApp, is using the QR code to connect or network.
So I think to sum this up, if you're an organization out there that isn't using WhatsApp yet as part of your business marketing strategy, what are the top 3 things that you would suggest they start doing?
Earlier, we used to do mass SMS marketing. Now it's moved to broadcast marketing on WhatsApp. So that's the number 1, to create different broadcast lists based on your different verticals and send curated messages to those lists which are relevant. And the next thing I would say, to convert their WhatsApp into a business WhatsApp and use it in their ad campaigns as a call to action to directly generate qualified leads directly on WhatsApp, have straight access to the lead. What would be the third one? Would you like to add?
I think don't underestimate it, to be honest. I think it's one of those where people are literally, holding their phone throughout the day.
Do you know how many times you look at the phone? Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
600 times.
600 times. I believe that totally. If you're anything like me, I totally believe that. The power of reaching people through WhatsApp right now, I think, is significantly higher than any other social media platform at the moment. In fact, people get confused because they'll see, which platforms have the highest engagement. And often what you'll see is Facebook is up there. Facebook, Instagram,
and WhatsApp.
I'm a big believer that Facebook is not the answer, because honestly, it's ranked at the top because it's the oldest. It's the oldest, so therefore you've got far more people on it, far more people with accounts that aren't even active anymore. For those that may remember back to when Instagram started, you actually needed a Facebook account to open an Instagram account. So therefore you have a lot of inactive accounts that were opened purely for that purpose. And I would say it is, an older demographic. I only go to Facebook to make sure my mom knows I'm alive and well and everything's okay. Beyond that, I don't really leverage it as a marketing tool. So when I'm looking at that list, although you might see Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, I think the prominence should be given to WhatsApp. I know Instagram is very active, but to WhatsApp, purely because of our engagement level with that app.
I absolutely agree. In fact, we have a lot of teenagers in the family, so I keep an eye on what they're doing, their activities, because at the end of the day, as a marketer, I'm looking at every way to understand the the end user to see their habits and stuff. So I asked one of the family members who's a teenager as to, so how much time do you spend on TikTok versus Instagram? So they're like, oh, TikTok is boring. We prefer Instagram. And I see him chat to his friends on Instagram throughout. Instagram and WhatsApp are the most used platform for this teenager. And considering that he converses with his friends, so all the friends are also, of course, his age. So I'm kind of assuming, I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe the whole school, the whole community, like the Gen Z must be interacting more on Instagram and WhatsApp in general.
Do you have some examples of businesses that are really utilizing WhatsApp well?
I would be able to share two, which I personally use. So I call help or maids from an app called Just Life, and they use it so well for feedback and surveys. So every time they leave my house, I instantly get a WhatsApp message from Just Life to rate them from 1 to 5. And based on my rating, the ladies get their perks and benefits in the company. So that's a very creative and great use of WhatsApp for feedback. Another company or another location that uses it very well, another business that uses it very well, is the nail spa. I'm a very avid customer. I'm a old loyal customer of nail spa, I would say. I'm using their services for years, and I've seen them evolve in their marketing year on year. And now they have integrated WhatsApp, so I get all their bills or whatever payments I have done on WhatsApp. Apart from that, they also send me vouchers which go in my e-wallet.
Nice, freebies. We all like a freebie.
Absolutely. And it stays in your wallet. So every time I use my credit card, because nowadays we all use Apple Pay, wherever we... Have you used a credit card since lately? Do you use credit card?
I don't use Apple Pay. I do use a card.
You use a card? Okay. I'm one of those who have stopped using card for more than a couple of years now. It's always Apple Pay. So every time I use Apple Pay, I see the voucher hanging in there. Again, top of mind recall, oh, I have a voucher maybe. Even if I don't want to use the voucher service, but it just reminds me to go back to the spa for another service. So a great way to market and promote. I think WhatsApp is something that you cannot miss as a business in these days.
So to summarize, if you're a business out there that is not utilizing WhatsApp for business, you are missing an opportunity. Most of the UAE market is on WhatsApp. Internet penetration and mobile penetration is an all-time high. So it's time for you to start.
Start soon.
Awesome. And we hope you have enjoyed this episode of Digital Dialogue. We really would love to hear from you and would love you to subscribe below. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Until the next Digital Dialogue.